Hello, I welcome you all to the GRE Preparation Made Easy Verbal Reasoning class by Mrs. Annapurna Murugan. Few instructions for the participants. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for best experience. Also, please respect your instructor, classmates, and yourself. Do not write anything inappropriate on the chat box. We have three packages, that is bronze, silver, and gold. If you're grade to silver and gold, you'll get extra benefits like evaluated mock tests, university, expert university recommendations, and so on. We also have free profile evaluation with our experts, comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, recommendation reports, and doubt clearance. We have free live IELTS classes that is from Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It is a 4-week course, and Duolingo classes 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It is a 2-week course. The gold package is starting from rupees 499 with extra benefits. You can contact us for any information. Here are a few achievements. This is the Ubergrad website. You can select the country, course, and specialization. When you go and explore, we have information regarding the countries, universities, courses, and exams. When you go on solution, we have free profile evaluation, talk to the counselor, country recommendation, course recommendation, test preparation, stores, additional services. Also, weekly blogs are uploaded. You may go through them. To contact us, you can call us, WhatsApp us, or mail us. When you go on My Test Preparation, and click here on GRE Comprehensive Live Classes. You get the recordings and weekly handouts. I'll be sharing the link on the chat box. But yeah, you can get the handouts and recordings from here. In case of any other query, you may ask to the chat box. Thank you.
Hi guys, good evening. I hope you people are doing good. Okay, so today we are heading towards the last session of reading comprehensions. Okay, long passages. So I guess most of you could be clear about what we need to do, how to approach the passage, what is the importance of things like summarization, question idea identification, and recognition of shadow answers. So I guess you people are aware and you people know what is the importance, right? Now, let me quickly recapitulate some of the important, like it's like a cheat sheet where I'll be telling you what exactly we need to do, how you need to improve your um, reading. So for your exams. Okay, so I'm just sharing the screen. Just give me a second. Yes. So I guess you people can see. So some of the strategies to destroy reading comprehension. Destroy in the sense it is not destroying them. So that means to answer the questions accurately. See, our main purpose is what? So we need to answer the questions accurately. But how can you answer the questions accurately? So that is nothing but, so you have some of these things. Okay. The first and foremost, start reading from today. Okay. Why we say start reading from today? In the sense, because so it's reading. Reading cannot happen in one day, or you cannot attain expertise on reading and comprehending passages just by 1 week. Okay, or just by what is that, 2-3 days practice. You will not attain that perfection. So it's all habitual. You need to make so reading as habitual. Now when we say reading as habitual, definitely what happens, students will be confused what to read, whether we need to read newspaper articles, whether we need to read just any comics or novels or all these things. See, if you guys want to get good scores, I would definitely tell, please don't invest your time, at least during your preparation, on novels reading or just reading some newspaper articles. No, guys, don't do. Why? So why I'm saying this? You may be wondering, this is just opposite what others say. Others usually say that kindly do reading. So you take the newspaper articles, you read novels, you just, what is that, read something like this, or even you will be having some of the websites. Yeah, some of the websites I would refer, I would tell, like Aeon and all, we have websites where I would tell you guys to go through the articles. But definitely I would also strongly recommend here, like whatever, see what is happening, they're not just asking you, or how they are recognizing your reading skill by asking the question. That means what? You need to read and answer the question. But when you read an article, when you read a novel, when you read some storybook and all, you will not have questions on the basis of them. Right. So, how do you understand whether you people have read the things properly, whether you have read according to the requirement of the author, or whether you have read according to the requirement of the GRE exam? You will not be just understanding that. You will not get that clarity. You may think that, okay, I'm reading, I'm understanding, but you will not be understanding whether you are understanding the reading comprehension in the way that GRE exam requires, isn't it? So just reading article, just reading newspapers, just reading anything randomly is a waste of time. So don't do that. I would strongly recommend you people to read properly the passages that are given in the exams. Okay. Now, here I will say, now you may say that, ma'am, where we get so many readings? Obviously, in our telegrams, we'll be posting that. Other than that, we have thousands of readings available. Readings along with questions available. Now, here, one more thing I would like to tell. So, reading means, you may be wondering, oh, for GRE, we have a particular passages. We need to just focus on GRE passage. So, you will be, what is that, focusing on only GRE sources. Okay. No, guys, the reading passages could be from any test. Okay, you will be wondering whatever is in GRE official guide, or whatever is in the GRE publication books, the passages, you will see that that passage would be part of some GMAT exam, or some this one other competitive exam. So here I suggest you people to solve all the competitive exams reading comprehensions. Okay, so it's not just GRE resource. Try to solve all, what is that, your GMAT passages, all these things, and add on. I am trying to tell you one important thing. What is that? The passages that are given in Indian CAT exams are the toughest one. Okay, they are the toughest one. I would recommend you people kind of solve them also. Why? You will get hands-on hands-on expertise there. Okay, so therefore now when you're doing reading passages, you're not randomly doing reading passages just like that only. You need to do the reading passages along with questions. It is not just reading and understanding. You need to test whether you people have understood as per the test requirement or not. This is my first tip for reading comprehension. The second tip is, what is the ideal time for you to do reading? But every day you need to do this reading. No matter whether it is your birthday, whether it is a festival day, whether it is a sad day, a bad day, good day, whatever it is, spend at least, say, in tentatively you people are giving your exam in another 3 months, at least right now in the first month you need to dedicate at least 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening for your reading comprehensions. But As the days decreases, the number of hours that you give should be increased. Remember this. But what is the ideal time for your RC? Now you may be thinking, we may procrast also. We may procrast thinking, okay, still 1 month time is there, 2 months time is there. What I'll do, I'll try to, what is that, do the reading then extensively. If you don't practice now, then sitting for 1 hour will be like a nightmare doing reading comprehensions. And we never know what will happen. We may get some important work, some emergencies near to your exams only, which may not basically will give you the situation where you can practice well. That is the reason from now you people practice, make it a routine. On some day, if you're not able to present at least 2 hours of time for your RC, at least present 1 hour. But don't miss, don't skip this habit. Okay. So that what happens, you're understanding, you're attaining, you will start understanding the language movement. You will get used to the passages and questions. So expertise level will increase. But when is the right time for you people to do this? Either you do before your sleep or so early in the morning. Why? Doing that, you will be at peace, isn't it? So before your sleep, you'll be, because you will have only work, what, only sleeping. Therefore, you will not have any external disturbances except your phone. You need to throw your phone aside. So sit, so have a time thing, 1 hour, start with 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour, I'll sit and do passages. You start in 1 hour, you do one passage, no problem. Then increase to 2 passage, then increase to 3 passage. Maximum how many passages you need to go up to? Maximum in 1 hour, try to 1 hour, like each passage having 9 to 10 questions, try to solve in 10 minutes. That is the maximum thing. So that means tentatively 6 to 7 passages try to solve with 1 hour. That is what at expertise level. But start off with one passage, not a problem. Okay, don't think that, oh, in 1 hour right now only, to start with only I'll be doing with 7 to 8 passages. That is next to impossible. Okay, so why we need to attain understanding and accuracy? That is the reason, at least in 1 hour, to you start off with one passage with 9 questions. Okay, 9 to 10 questions. Now, when you're doing this practice, start focusing on paraphrasing. Why paraphrasing? Just give me 1 second. Why paraphrasing? You people saw, we solved few passages. When we solved few passages, what did you see? Did you see the question language was extensively different from the passage language, isn't it? Most of the time, this is the problem. You may understand the passage, you may understand the question, but you will not be able to relate the both of them. You will not be able to connect both of them. Why? Because of paraphrasing. We all have that bad habit. What is that bad habit? When we look at the question, we try to look for that this one, what is that, keywords, and we'll try to knowingly, unknowingly, we'll go and try to search where that keyword is there. Okay, so that you don't do. You start focusing on understanding the question idea. What is the requirement of the question? Understand that in your, when you're reading, I have one simple thing. Whichever language you people are comfortable with, other than English, your mother tongue only. When you're reading the question, trying to translate that question in your mother tongue so that you actually understand what exactly they are asking. So that means what? The question idea will get completely imprinted in your mind. Why? Already you have set your mind about the question in your own language, the language which is comfortable for you. So now what happens? The mind will be aware of the question. Now, whenever you get back to the paragraph, your mind is activated there, that this is the question they have asked. So what happens, even when you're going through the lines there, wherever that idea comes in, because it is in your comfortable mode, so what happens, it will start picking up. Okay, that is the reason I say try to understand the question idea rather than having the this one. Okay, now ultimately, now don't focus on time. As I said, don't focus right now on time, because it may be the start. But those who have already started, so day by day reduce the time by what is that, so 1 minute, 2 minute. If people having less time, start reducing the time by 10 minutes. Okay, so like that. But so make sure accuracy should be attained first. Okay, what is that? We need to attain the accuracy first. Only after, what is this accuracy? Again, you people may be wondering, ma'am, what is this accuracy? Accuracy is nothing but, so on 9 questions, if you're answering one passage with 9 questions, you need to at least attain the score of 7. Okay, at least till the time you come to 7, don't focus on timing. Focus on what? Understanding, answering, and use all the methods that I have said in the previous classes. Okay, so for answering the thing here. So, and then later on, what you people do, so you people start reducing the time. As I said, start reducing the time by what? 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, like that. But your accuracy should remain that only. Instead, it should increase also. Okay, so that is the thing. And what is the only mantra? The only one mantra that you need to follow, especially for your GRE reading comprehension, as well as, I mean, the verbal part, is practice, practice, practice. That's the reason I said. So even if you have 3 months, even if you have 6 months, every day you need to practice. As we practice, you will become perfect in it. You take any work for that sake. Okay, even using mobile phone, even typing. Okay, so in the beginning, what happens? You will have hesitation, but as you start, what is that practicing? So even in just 1 month, you can see the speed increases, isn't it? That is the thing here. So, एक sentence equivalence that I'll be telling you people. This one, एक sentence equivalence means we are matching the ideas. The question idea should be, what is that? Connected to or compared with the sentences in the passage. That means that matching or detailing should be very much there. And use error logs. Yes. When you're answering, what I need you to do is write all the types of questions. You see, when you're solving the passage, which questions are going correct continuously, which questions are repeatedly getting wrong. That you need to make a note. It's not that just you are going and solving every, 9 questions. After that, you don't know what has happened in that passage. No. You need to identify which question type is consistently going wrong, why it is going wrong, okay, and what is the time limit that you are taking for that question. All these things you need to make a note, and that note itself is called as what? Error log sheet. Make a log sheet, okay. Main idea question, inference question, so it's a specific detailed question, tone questions, this one. So like this, yeah, it is going correct on this practices, this is going wrong. So you just make a tick, okay. And also, whichever questions are going wrong, get back to the concept, see the tricks, so practice it. Then again you attend, see whether we are getting that improvement or not. And also kindly understand how to skim in the right way. Skimming is very, very, very important. Why? That is the one which connects you to the passage. So therefore, you need to use this skimming process. Then read aggressively. That means what? So you need to be aggressive in doing this RCs. Aggressive in the sense not angrily, very efficiently, and too many readings you people need to do. That aggressive approach, that go-getter attitude we need to have. We can use the rotten tomato technique also. Rotten tomato technique is nothing but we are just eliminating, so the one which is out there. Okay, so that means on the basis how you can use the rotten, how you can eliminate the options. You can eliminate the option only if you know what is the option there, isn't it? So that is why you need to what is the shadow answer, only when you know the shadow answers, so then only you can eliminate the rotten one. You can take out from your mind. Okay, the rotten one is referred to what? Your the option which is not fitting the thing. Okay, now, question number should be checked first. Why? In spite of you answering correctly, you may mark the wrong answer in wrong thing. Okay. So that is the thing we need to have. Yes, do the paraphrasing. That is very much important. Okay. So make a note, in the sense, make that passage mapping is a requirement. Okay. So these are the things that we need to do there. Now, speed reading is very, very important. Speed reading is what? That is what? First and foremost, you're doing skimming process. Skimming process is just, it will help you to identify the overall idea. When you're doing the scanning, when you come to the question, when you want to see that where the question idea is present, you need to use the scanning process. That scanning process is what? So you're just scanning out for the idea. You know what is the question idea. That idea you need to look in for. When you're looking for that particular idea, what you need to do, you should not read every word there. Okay. So you should just glance at them. You need to do the chunk readings. Chunk reading in the sense, when you're reading these things, okay, don't just vocalize and read below, are, some, fantastic, reading, techniques. No, not like that. You just glance at it. Okay, so we have this. So you're just glancing, you're not vocalizing, you're not pronouncing every word in your mind. Okay, so that means what? Chunk reading, group of words at a time you need to look. When we look at group of words at a time, what? You will get to know what is happening. Okay, so now that's what. See, below are some fantastic reading techniques. See, it took a lot of time for me when I particularly read. But see, I won't vocalize, but I just glanced at it. I'm saying, now I understood what they have given. They're saying that the techniques that we are using will be very advanced. And then again, see, I'm seeing this. So, yeah, they're saying that, yeah, these techniques to be followed need some weeks and some days for you to adjust. So I didn't read, I just glanced at it. This glancing in chunks is the speediest thing that we need to do. This happens only when you people practice on everyday basis. Otherwise, how do we read? We read every word one by one, one by one. We'll start doing that. Don't do that. Okay. So practice this scanning process here. Okay. Whatever I said, the chunk reading. You need to do the chunk reading. Don't do like this. That's what. The quick, brown, fox. Don't read one by one. Just you saw this. Then this is the thing. So just glance at it. Your eyes should do the work, not your this one. Okay. So these are the things we need to do. Okay. And also one more thing, one more serious thing, what you people need to avoid is, when you're doing reading, you come across some word which you are clueless. You don't know what that word is. Now what happens? We'll try to, what is that? Keep ourselves on that word. We think, oh, what is this word? I don't know the meaning. So you'll go around and around and around that word. which is not necessary. Many times you will see that that word will not play any important role in getting us the answer. You can omit that word, you can read that sentence, you will get the idea. Don't ever get confused, don't repeatedly read the sentences, because the more repetition you do while reading the things, you will be confused. You would have seen that, isn't it? When you people read several times, you nothing will enter into your mind. With this note, let us start, what is that, doing one more passage here. Okay, so I'll be taking you people. Now I will not give you anything. You need to summarize, and you are telling here. I guess everyone were in the previous 4 classes, isn't it? All of you were there in the 4 classes that we had, or no? Just can I get the reply from you guys? Yeah. So now you people first summarize. This is the passage I have. I'll be giving you. So what is that? So for each paragraph, 1-2 minutes I'll be giving. Each paragraph, you try to summarize, have a thing, and at last you people tell me what is happening here. Okay. In the 18th century, Japan's feudal overlords from shogun found themselves under financial stress. This is the first sentence. What we say that whenever you people are doing summarization, we need to focus on first sentence and last sentence. This is the first sentence. What it is talking? It is talking in the 18th century, Japan's feudal overlords from the shogun found themselves under financial stress. What is the topic? About whom they are talking? Topic is what? About whom? Tell me about whom they are talking. Topic, you need to first identify the topic, right? Usually where this topic will be, the topic of the passage will be in the first paragraph. In fact, most probably it will be in the first sentence only. So about whom it is talking about? About Japan's feudal overlords. I don't want you people to read the other part there. Yes, very good. They are talking about Japan's feudal overlords. Okay. Now, what is the argument they are saying? What is the argument they are saying? They are saying that these people were under financial stress. That means what? They had some financial problem here. Okay. So this is the thing they are talking. Who? Japanese feudal lords. And what is the last sentence that we have? Once in a depth, neither the individual samurai nor the shogun himself found it easy to recover. That means once these people were in depth, they could not, what is that? Neither the individual samurai nor the shogun found it easy to recover. That means it was not easy for them to recover the debts, or it was not easy for them to come out of this financial stress. So, what is that we have? This entire paragraph will be talking about shoguns' financial stress and how they were unable to come out of that stress. Okay. Now, if you want, if you doubt, oh, we may have something else in the mid of the paragraph, kindly go through this entire paragraph and tell me whether, other than the idea that we found from first sentence and last sentence, do we have anything else here? I'll quickly give you 1 minute time. Use scanning process and see whether we had anything else here. Okay, this also I'll only do. Okay. In part, the stress can be attributed to overload failure to adjust to rapidly expanding economy, but the stress was also due to factors beyond overlord control. They're again telling why the stress had. Okay, concentration of samurai in castle towns had acted as a stimulus to trade. Commercial efficiency in turn but put temptations in the ways of buyers, since most samurai had been reduced to idleness by years of peace, encouraged to engage in scholarship and this one. They are telling why did they get that financial stress. They were idle. They didn't had any work there. It is not surprising that their taste and habits grew expensive. Even though they didn't had work, but their taste and everything became expensive. Earning less, but kharcha more. Okay. Overlord's income, despite the increase in rise among the tenants, failed to keep pace with expenses. Although shortfall in overlords' income resulted almost the laxity in their tax collectors, as from their higher standards of living, a misfortune like a fire or a flood bringing an increase in expenses or a drop in revenue could put a domain in debt to the this. So now what happened? Their income was less, but their expenses were more, because of which they had to take the debts. So debts, that's what. Once they were in debt, they could not recover it. So totally what it is. Don't you think it is just explaining how these people came under financial stress and how they could not come out of that financial stress? Isn't it? This is the thing we have. So, don't you think reading first sentence and last sentence is enough to understand what is happening in each paragraph? It is there, right? So, therefore, follow this method. Follow this skimming process so that you will be spending less time on understanding the passage. With very less time, with less strain, you will understand what is happening in the paragraph there. Okay, let us go for the next paragraph. We knew first paragraph what it is talking about. It is talking about how samurais were in shoguns were in financial stress and they could not come out of it. Okay, that is what. Let us see how this argument is taken in second paragraph and third paragraph. It was difficult for individual samurai overlords to increase their income because the amount of rice that farmers could be made to pay in taxes was not unlimited. And since the income of Japan's central government consisted in part of taxes collected by the shoguns from his huge domain, the government too was constrained. Now, what is it trying to say? It is justifying in this thing, it is justifying why their income was less. Whose income? Samurais. Okay. Why it was less? Because whatever the taxes they collected, the taxes that was collected was in the form of rice that the farmers cultivated. But from the tax, what the shaguns were, samurais were collected, that was going, a part of it was going to government also. Okay, because the government was also constrained about that. This left shoguns only commerce as a potential source of government income. So that means what? Because they had, what is that? The government started collecting the taxes from these shoguns only. So therefore, what happened? Even here also, it started, what is that? Just give me 1 second. I'll just plug into the charger. Just give me 1 second. Just 2 minutes. In the meantime, you people go through the passage. Now, sorry. So now here they are saying why the income was less. Because they were getting the income from farmers in the form of rice, but the government was also collecting this from the shaguns. Okay, whatever they were getting, so that was again collected by the government. This made shoguns with what? Only less income. Okay, so that means what? Here they are focusing on why shoguns were getting less income, how shoguns were getting less income. Yeah, most of the country's wealth, or so it seemed, was finding its way in the hands of cities merchant. Now here they are telling the wealth, who were becoming wealthy. That means the country's money with whom it started going. It was in the hands of city merchants. That means these shoguns and everyone were gone. Thus, regrettably, the Tokugawa shoguns' search for solvency for the government made it increasingly difficult for individual Japanese who lived on fixed stipends to make ends meet. Now, what happened? These shoguns had a difficult life. Why? They were living on a fixed stipends. Okay. And that was very difficult for them to meet their basic needs also. So they are saying that the wealth started going on in the hands of merchants. Ultimately, what? These shoguns were not having any proper income and they were living on the fixed stipends, because of which they could not meet their expenses. Okay, so that is the thing. Altogether, what it is talking about? It is talking about so shoguns, financial crisis. So, and why the financial crisis came in? Because so their earnings were less, so they didn't had any means, and also their expenses were growing on, and at the same time they were living on the fixed stipends, and the country's economy was falling in the hands of merchants or business people. Okay, this is what we basically have. Now, the passage is most probably an excerpt from. What is the passage? It is talking about finance of some group of people. That means mostly economy it is talking about. So, from where it could have been extracted from? So, tell me the answers, guys. What should be the answer here? From where this passage could have been extracted from? Yeah. Please present me the answers. Guys, are you guys giving me the answers? Don't hesitate, give it. It is very easy answer. Okay, I could see answers flowing in. Yes, it is an extract that could have been extracted from what? Economic history of Japan. Economy about money, history, why about the past, about shoguns, samurais we are talking about. Hence it is so an economy history of Japan. So anyone with any other this one answers? Any other answers you guys have? No? Very good, guys. Very good. So next one. Which of the following financial situation is most analogous to financial situation in which Japan's Tokugawa shoguns found themselves in 18th century? So what was the financial? See, we know what was the situation of Tokugawa, this one, shoguns. What it was? So they were in financial crisis. Why they were in financial crisis? Because their expenses was going up, but their earning was becoming less. Okay. So this was the main reason, right? You people know about this. So now you need to pick up one more, this one, what is that option, which is in the great same situation. That means we need to have the same problem because of less earnings and more expenses. Okay, so now tell me which can be having the same logic here. Look at the thing. Take the this one. What is the option? Think properly and tell. What is the answer? Should I wait for the answer or should I explain you guys? Okay, let me explain what is the correct one. What is that we are saying? Their expenses are decreasing, because of which their financial problem is happening. Okay, so now since financial problem is there, they're unable to meet their daily expenses, isn't it? So let us see A. A small business borrows heavily to invest in new equipment, but is able to pay off its debt early when it is awarded a lucrative government contract. Whether our shoguns borrowed something and whether it was able to repay it because it got some help from some other source, no, right? So therefore this is not at all analogous, it is not even connected anywhere. Then fire destroys a small business, but insurance, that means there is a problem, but for the problem we have solution also. Why? Insurance is covering the cost of building, rebuilding. That means solution is there, but in our problem there is no solution, isn't it? Still the shoguns were in the problem only. So here there is no problem and solution, so we are not talking about problem and solution, therefore B goes out here. A small business is turned down for a loan at a local bank because the owners have no credit history. Whether our samurais, any helping hand was turned out because they didn't had some connection or something, no, they are not talking about that. Okay, a small business has to struggle to meet operating expenses when its profit decreases. Don't you think this will go here? A small different business connect with shogun. Shogun was also struggling. Shogun was struggling to meet their living expenses. Why? When they were struggling to meet their living expenses, when their income decreased, isn't it? When their income decreased. In the same way, small business is struggling to meet their operating expenses when its profit is decreasing. Don't you think that both the logic is same here? Hence, what should be the answer? D should be the answer. But however, let us see why not E. A small business is able to cut back sharply on spending. No, Shagun's spendings were going up. Okay, through great commercial efficiency. Oh, that too what? To some efficiency. But they're not talking about any positive trait only. Whatever they are doing, that was a negative thing only. That was hitting back, thereby compensate for the loss of a revenue. Here for Shaguns, we didn't had any compensation for the loss. Everything what was happening, it was a kind of, even the taxes also what they collected was partly collected by the government, isn't it? So nowhere they had any way out. Everywhere it was a problem for them. Next thing. You guys got it right? Why D? Any doubt here? Any doubt, guys? No. Which of the following best describes the attitude of the author towards the samurai discussed in 11 to 16? 11 to 16, they are discussing about samurai. Author is talking about samurai. Let us see what they are. Let us not go blindly to the answer. Let us see where it will be. It will be somewhere here only, there where they are talking about samurais. So here where we have commercial efficiency in turn had put temptation in the way of buyers, since most samurai had been reduced to idleness by years of peace, encouraged to engage in scholarship and martial exercises or to perform administrative tasks that took little time. It is not surprising that their taste and habits grew expensive, overlord's income. This one, what is that here happening? So the concentration of samurai in castle towns and acted as a stimulus to trade. That means, see, samurai was meant for something else, but what had happened? So because there was a commercial efficiency, because of which what happened, these samurais had been idle for years because of whatever it is. That means what is happening? The work of samurai is going, they were not getting the jobs there. So that means what is the attitude of the author when he is presenting this? So what is the attitude of him? He's little bit not happy about the status of the samurais, isn't it? So he's not very happy. So not happy in the sense what is kind of we say na papa. They did not get the option. They did not get the option for their work. Okay, due to some commercialization and everything. So what is? He is sympathetic, isn't it? Is mildly sympathetic. Why not warmly approving? Warmly approving in the sense something positive. Is not positive. Is not happy about something. Is pitying for samurais. Okay, is pity. Is pity about samurai's condition. So therefore, it is not warmly approving. Bitterly disappointed. Is he saying something disappointment about samurai here? No, he is not saying any, like he is not disappointed about samurai. Is just what is that saying? This was the condition. The samurais was not getting jobs and all. They had to compromise to be the this one clerks and everything. And he is not harsh also. He is not rough or he is not harsh about samurais. He is not shocked also. He is just explaining what is the situation. Hence, what is mildly sympathetic about the situation. Getting it, guys? Any doubt? Any doubt here? No. Okay. So until and unless you don't tell me if you have doubt or no, I'll not be understanding that. Okay. So you guys need to openly say if you have any doubts in the question. According to the reason passage, the major reason for the financial problems experienced by Japan's feudal overlords in the 18th century. No need to go back to the passage also. Why there was a financial problem? Now tell me, guys. I need the answers. Why there was a problem? Their expenses were, yeah, it is in, they're not numbered. But we saw, yeah, very good question. It is not numbered because we have copy pasted here. So therefore, that is the reason the numbers has vanished. But you know what did the cue that I took? Which of the following best describes the attitude of the author towards samurai discussed in line 11 to 16? Okay. So here where they are talking about samurais. So you can see here 11 to 16 means definitely in the first paragraph it will be coming about, isn't it? And also, like since we had extracted from the books, so this one line will be equal to two lines according to them. So where we were talking about? From here, the samurais were spoken about where we were talking from here to here. That is the reason what I read. I went through here. I understood what they were talking about. Okay. So that is the reason what we have. So we took that particular thing. But in the main exam, that will be properly, it will be lined for you. Okay. So that is how on and tentatively we picked up that particular paragraph, and there only they were talking about samurais, and we saw they were talking about the sympathetic condition of our samurais there. That is the reason we can pick up that particular answer. Now here they are talking, why was that financial problems for this Japan's feudal lords? Why? Their jobs were not proper. Their expenses grew. Very good. I could see the answers flowing in. Their expenses grew. Okay. So that means what? Spending had outdistanced the income. That means spending was more, but the income was less here. Spending was more. Very good, guys. I could see the answers. Everyone giving me the answers rightly. And see, so many questions without going back to the passage. Aren't we answering just by understanding the summary? Isn't it? Just by understanding the summary, we are able to answer the question. What that means? That means what? So we can minimum reading, maximum accuracy thing. Trade had fallen off. We are not talking about that. Profits from mining had declined. So these are just a part of which was spoken. But the main idea was what? Their expenses had grown, so because of the commercialize and everything, but their job was not appropriate. The earnings were not apt there. The coinage had been sharply, no. The samurai had concentrated in this one, no. So therefore, this is the thing we have. Next one. Got it? The passage implies that individual samurai did not find it easy to recover from debt for which of the following reasons. Why? Individual samurai so were not able to recover from the debt. Okay, where it was in the first paragraph. Okay, so now what we need to do, just try to, what is that, see where once in depth, neither the individual samurai nor the shogun himself found it easy to recover. Okay, but it is giving us the thing. But why it was here, the previous sentence you can see. Although shortfalls in overlord's income resulted so almost as much from laxity among their tax collectors as from their higher standard of living, a misfortune like a fire or flood bringing an increase in expenses or drop in the revenue could put a domain in debt to the city rice brokers who handled its finances. Now what is happening? So their standard of living increased, the expenses increased, but so what happened? The income reduced. Because the income reduced, so the expenses increased. They started taking loans, but these loans could never be cleared. Okay, this was the reason. Now, tell me what had happened. What is the answer? You can pick here. Agricultural production had increased. If the agriculture production had increased, then the tax collected also would go. This one. Okay, I could see answers coming in. Let me tell you guys. Taxes were irregular in timing and arbitrary in amount. Is this the thing? No. Then the Japanese government had failed to adjust to the needs of a changing economy. No. So the domains of samurai overlords were becoming smaller and poorer as government revenues. No, the government revenue also had not increased. There was a limit to the amount in taxes that farmers could be made to pay. That is the reason. What happened? So the taxes were the income of samurais, but so there was a limit also there. Yes, it is E should be the right answer. Very good, guys. Very good. Then the passage suggests that in 18th century, the office of tax collector, where the taxes and all were talking, so it was spoken in second paragraph, right? So the office of tax collector, where it was, in whose hands it was. Let us get back. So where it was, no, taxes was spoken in first paragraph, isn't it? So you can see where it is. Since year till year we saw it was only talking about so samurai's condition. Since most samurai had been reduced to idleness, this, and not surprisingly that overlord's income, despite the increase in rice production among their tenant farmers, failed to keep pace with their expenses. Although the shortfalls in overlord's income resulted almost as much as laxity among their tax collectors. So among their tax collector, the nearly inevitable outcome of hereditary office holding. That means the tax collector was in what? Among themselves. It was in the hereditary. That means if the father was tax collector, that implied great grandfather also was a tax collector, and that tax collecting duty would go to son also. Why? See, and also so cleverly they have given it in the bracket so that we'll not read it. But where the tax collectors office was, it was in their hereditary. That means from one generation to other generation, it was passing on. No others were actually the tax collectors here. That means what? The tax collection. The office of tax collector, where it was? Yeah, it remained within the families. Okay, where did it remain? It remained. Why? It was an hereditary duty. One after the other, they were doing it. Okay, got it? So now, guys, you people can ask me the questions with regards to your thing. Kindly ask me the questions. Any doubts? And you people need to, what is that? Practice. Without practice, you can't get any this one. But I could see most of you were answering good. Keep this repo, practice more and more. Yes. No doubts? Okay then, guys. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you so much. Bye. Practice. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Also, if anyone has any doubt related to the handouts, recordings, or anything related to the Ubergrad website, you may ask now. Otherwise, I may end the session. Thank you.